Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. As you can see, it is Monday. It is my day off Monday, and I'm cranking the videos out. It's time to get them out. It is time for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This episode was called Hot Tea with a Side of Cookies. And let me tell you, the first 15-20 minutes of this video pissed me off. It pissed me off to the point where it made me hate some people for the rest of the show, and I didn't give a damn about what they were doing or what they were saying. Let's get into it. Now, the first 30 seconds, we get to see a montage of the kids, Porsha and her baby, Kenya and her baby, and Kandi was doing something with Riley. I don't care nothing about that, but we had to see the cuteness, and we got that on out the way. Now we at the bullshit. They started off with the bullshit this week, y'all. We at this lunch. Cynthia and Eva show up first. And off top, I knew it was going to be some bullshit. I knew the cookie lady was coming from the mid-season preview. But here comes Cynthia and Eva. Eva talking about, ooh, I can't wait to get this good tea. They getting ready to spill some good tea. And I'm like, okay, so we already know the bullshit is coming. Okay, Eva. And now Cynthia and Eva are discussing how mad Kenya is about this wig. And I'm like, really, Kenya? Really, bitch? And so now Tanya shows up. And the first thing I want to pin is, side note, Tanya slayed that red, was that a Gucci? That red Gucci dress? Tanya slayed it down. That dress was bad, Tanya. I like it. Not everything has to be slutty or overly revealing. It was very business professional. Something that if I had the coins, I would get that red Gucci dress and wear it to the office too. I love that, Tanya. Tanya, you always come with the looks. High five to you, girl. But now, Tanya comes in, pin this. Cynthia off top says, I just want to let you know Kenya's going to be here. So she's just now letting Tanya know that Kenya's going to be present. And Tanya was like, okay, that's fine. That's cool. I want to squash this whole wig situation. So it's a setup. It's a setup off top because it's obvious that Kenya knows Tanya's going to be there because Kenya invited the cookie bitch. So it's a setup, and I'm already pissed off at Cynthia because you should have gave Tanya that same courtesy of in advance knowing, look, I'm inviting you to this lunch. Kenya's going to be here. I don't know if Cynthia knew about the cookie lady or not, but she could have at least gave Tanya the same courtesy of, look, I want to get you two ladies together and let's squash it. But no, Tanya didn't get to know until she got there. That's the first thing that pissed me off, especially the way this lunch proceeds. Now, Kenya gets there, and the first thing Kenya says, because Tanya gives her a compliment like, Kenya, you look nice. Tanya's being her nice, friendly, bubbly self. Kenya says, I like to look extra pretty when I'm about to read a bitch. I said, off top, Tanya's not ready. Tanya's not ready. Tanya's personality is not ready to go toe-to-toe with Kenya. It's not a fair match. It's like a heavyweight going with a lightweight. Not saying Tanya is not... I mean, I wouldn't even want to be on Kenya's bullshit level. I wouldn't want to be... Kenya came back around to show people why we don't fuck with her. And why everyone has a reason not to fuck with her. And that she's only on this show for a check to bring us the bullshit. I mean, Kenya, that dress was cute. I'm a mess. I will give you that. That dress was cute. I like the little window in the front. The orange. Orange is my color. I will give you that. But for her to just say, I always like to look extra cute when I'm getting ready to read a bitch, that took Tanya off guard, and I knew the bullshit was coming. Now I'm like, why is Kenya, they're arguing about this wig. I'm like, why is Kenya so pressed about this wig? Everyone knows Kenya has long, thick, beautiful hair. We all know it. We all know you have all your edges. We've seen you be rooted many times on TV, and that's when somebody goes scratching in your roots to make sure no tracks in there. We've seen it, Kenya. No one is going to discredit you and say you bald-headed and you wear wigs. You have your hair care line because we know this. We know your brand of having beautiful hair. So if you wear a wig, you don't have to go announcing that this is a protective style. We all know about protective styles. Most of the people with the most long, thick hair wear wigs because they don't want to wear their natural hair with all that heat and product on it. This is known amongst the black community. Like, we know this. This is nothing new. What fucks you up, Kenya, it makes you look like the fool, is that you constantly on TV, even in this scene, talking about you don't wear wigs. Just say you wear wigs to protect your natural hair and move on. No one gives a fuck that Tanya showed your wig. And let's remind you, Kenya, that you started the bullshit. You started this was y'all still in Toronto? In Toronto, when you brought up the Cookie Lady bullshit. You start poking at Tanya first. You started it on the bus when you were constantly mocking Tanya, and you should have let the shit go. So you started the shit, and who gives a fuck about a wig? You're the one who making this a big deal. Now, let's keep moving forward. Now, oh yeah, I said why. So Tanya tells this bitch, I said Tanya is talking about something in the confessional, and I'm like, Tanya, tell this bitch to her face. But see, Tanya is not on that level. She's just too nice. Her personality is too non-confrontational, and Kenya is all aggression. Like, she's here for the shits. This is not a fair match. So let's move on. So at one point, Tanya says, stop interrupting me, and Kenya told Tanya to be quiet. Tanya needs to be quiet. I said, bitch, her name is not Brooklyn. Her name is not Brooklyn Daly. You don't tell no grown-ass woman to be quiet. But Tanya was nice. She was like, no, I just don't want us to keep talking over each other. I don't want to interrupt you. I don't want you to interrupt me. Kenya was all disrespect at this lunch, and she started it. Next, she calls the bitch a cunt. Those are fighting words. And even now, Cynthia and Eva, they didn't step in to protect Tanya and kind of get in the middle of it for Tanya. They just were telling Kenya, like, you might not want to say that, Kenya. So this whole time, Cynthia and Eva are on bullshit to me. You call this girl a cunt, Kenya? I can see why Nene want to spit at you. I can see it. Because Kenya takes people to that level, and she's very much the type of bitch who loves to throw rocks and hide her hands and play victim and spin it to where now you are the cunt, you are the bitch because you showed my wig. Somebody shows your wig is a reason for you to call them the nastiest name that you can call a woman. Now, no, y'all, I don't even know what cunt means. Like, people say it all the time, and everyone goes like, ooh. And no one ever explained to me why that is such a bad word, but I just know that it is. But that's just a side note. But, bitch, those were fighting words. And if she would have said it to the right one, if she would have said that to a Portia or to a Nene, we see why you got spit at, bitch. And for that, you should have got spit on. Now, here comes the cookie bitch. All loud and proud with her cookies in hand. And I said, now, Cynthia in her confessional talking about she pissed off at Kenya for inviting the cookie bitch. I said, wait, hold on, Cynthia. I see through you now. I see through you, because you might not have known that the cookie bitch was coming, but you clearly prepped Kenya that you all were going to have this group meeting with Tanya, and you know your friend is on the bullshit, and nowhere in this conversation did you ever stick up and tell Kenya she was on bullshit. I see through you, Cynthia. You are just as messy as your BFF, Kenya, and Kenya really ain't your friend, and we gonna get into it. And I said, Cynthia, I blame you. I blame you for all of this. Now, clearly, now they getting into what happened between, because now Kenya is all up in airs like, yeah, let's read Tanya, and like, you wanted to know if your man ever cheated. Well, now here goes the cookie lady. She can tell you. So this bitch ain't got nothing to say. Apparently, the only thing that happens, they were at Chops. That's a good restaurant, y'all. Keep going, Angie. And she ran into Paul. He said he was single. He said he was a real estate agent. They lost interest mid-conversation, and nothing else transpired. I said, this bitch is lying. This bitch is lying. And Tanya knew that she was lying. She was like, one, she was either probably talking to somebody else and just want to say it was Paul, because she was like, everyone that knows him knows he's in the tech industry. Hell, I know that. As soon as she said real estate agent, I was like, who? That ain't Tanya's man. And why would he lie? I believe she thought she was talking to Paul. And then why is everyone saying, no, we gonna get there, we gonna get there. But I said, producers, do better. Get your storyline. Prep your bitches who want to come in and be messy just for the show. Producers, prep them better, because she should have said. And now everybody was like, no, let's go in order, because I'm gonna get upset. Prep them better. That's number one. At least let the bitch know he works in tech and not in real estate. She sounds stupid. Now Kenya's upset because Tanya was like, my husband doesn't work in real estate. And she's like, your fiance, he's not your husband, he's your fiance. I said, bitch, worry about your husband, and if he even calls you. Why you care about what Tanya calls her man? Worry about if Marcus even has your number in his phone to call you, because every time we see y'all together, you are calling him and he's reading you, or only talking to baby Brooklyn, not giving a damn about you. Worry about your own husband. I done got upset. Now the cookie lady is like, what's all this negative energy, Tanya? You just mad because I look better than you? I said, bitch, where? 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 You are not better than Tanya. Tanya is gorgeous. Slays you down in dressing. Bitch, you look better than Tanya. Where? And then two, Tanya wasn't giving you negative energy. She was laughing in your face because you sound stupid. You brought all this shit up because you had a conversation with my man, and okay, he said he was single, but it went nowhere. He didn't get your number. He didn't kiss you. You did not talk to him past the bathroom and the bar. You said you lost interest mid-conversation. So what are you talking about? You're here for the bullshit. You here trying to promote these fucking cookies that I already said, if I ever go to Atlanta, I'm not going to your cookie place because of this bullshit. Now I'm like, Tanya is like, in her confession was like, I feel sorry for her. Like, she came on TV and embarrassed herself. And I'm like, Tanya, I feel sorry for her too. I really do. Because you were a puppet for Kenya. Or maybe not even Kenya, but maybe production. They thought you were gonna come on here and spin a little bit of gossip and promote your little cookie business. But it backfired, because this person is one person who doesn't want to fuck with any of your cookies. I want to give you no coins. It's a million people in Atlanta that make bomb-ass cookies that don't have to come on TV to being a messy boots, as they say. Now, the conversation is over. Tanya is clearly hurt. and she's holding her face together very well. But I could read Tanya and know she's very non-confrontational. She was laughing in the cookie lady's face, but this still hurts her feelings. And I'm sure what hurt her feelings the most is when this is over, these bitches are now ha in this cookie bitch's face talking about, oh no, I want the sugar cookies. Oh no, Cynthia likes the sprinkled chocolate cookies. And oh no, oh, Eva's eating, I'm pregnant, I want to eat. I'm like, Eva, you are a mean girl bitch. You did not stick up. I said, Tanya, none of these people are your friends. Not Cynthia, fuck Kenya, and definitely not Eva. None of those three ladies are your friends. None of them are cool with you. They all sat there and let this bullshit transpire. They all let Kenya call you a motherfucking cunt and said shit. None of them are your friends. I hope you realize that. I hope you realize they are not your friends. I said if I was Tanya, I would have grabbed those cookies as they were sitting there arguing over them, smashed them on the floor, stomped on them, and cussed every bitch at that table out. I would have. Y'all bitches gonna bring me here on national television, and you're trying to embarrass me with this cookie bitch. And when it's all over, want to fight over sugar cookies and sprinkles. Oh, bitch, nobody gets cookies. And I'm calling all of y'all cunts as well. I wouldn't say that word. One, I would never say that word because I don't really know what it means. I'm just going to say bitch. But I would have cussed all of them out and stepped on all them cookies. Now, King, as the lady leaves, Kenya kisses the cookie lady and says, thank you for everything. Thank you for this. And Kenya and the cookie lady walk out together. So as I told you, this was a setup from the beginning. And I put money that Cynthia knew about it. Fuck what Cynthia said in them confessionals. She ain't look too shocked to see the cookie lady when she walked in. Eva didn't either. I believe this was a total setup. Cynthia, if you were so pissed when it was all over, why didn't you go over and check on Tanya and just see if she was okay? But what this bitch Cynthia does is she leaves, comes back and be like, oops, I forgot my cookies. I would have cussed that bitch out right there. What you mean you forgot your cookies? I would have went off on Cynthia. Cynthia is not your friend. I'm seeing it, Nene. I'm seeing it, Nene. At first I thought you was crazy, Nene, but I'm seeing it. This scene, what do you mean you come back and talk about, oops, I forgot my cookies. Oh, wait, they in my purse. I'm gone. You never even checked on Tanya. And Eva's just a mean girl. Fuck Eva. I don't even like Eva anymore. And I already said what I had to say. Tanya, none of them is your friends. Let's move on. Because I'm telling you, the first 20 minutes of this episode pissed me off. I didn't give a fuck about the rest of the episode, but let's go through it. Next, Portia and Dennis are with Dr. Sherry. I promise you, I hit fast forward. I said, fuck Portia, fuck Dennis, fuck them trolling me with their relationship on TV. Come up with another storyline or bye. Bravo. Andy, fire Portia this season if she don't come up with a better storyline. Next was Cynthia and Mike. And after Cynthia just pissed me off, I rolled at Cynthia and hit fast forward again. Next was Mark and Kenya. Now, Mark and Kenya, I did watch. Fuck that bitch Kenya. But Mark is Kenya's karma. Mark checks Kenya and gets Kenya all the way together. And Mark is the only person that can get Kenya to do one thing, and that's shut the fuck up and be quiet. So I watched Mark read Kenya and talk over Kenya and watch Kenya shut the fuck up and be quiet. So I did watch that little scene of whatever charity event was going on because Mark gets Kenya together. Next is Todd and Candy talking some more bullshit. Now, Todd and Candy, y'all need a better storyline. Y'all need a better storyline for next season, or Candy, you the highest paid. You done heard the rumor that Andy and Bravo are cutting paychecks. They not trying to pay y'all for not having no storyline. So you better get one, and you better get one soon, Candy. Now, Candy and Todd are talking about he don't want no hood daycare colors on the wall. Whatever. And they talking about Kandi doing acting opportunities. We already know Kandi getting ready to be on this season of The Chi. That's one acting opportunity I know of, and I'm here for it. I can't wait to see it. Now, we get to talk about Mama Joyce and the bullshit Mama Joyce is always talking. And I heard this conversation on the radio, and everyone was all upset about Mama Joyce talking about Kandi's inheritance for Riley or whatever. I was confused. So I watched it on my TV screen, and I said, wait, Angie, fast forward this and listen to it again, because everyone is reading Mama Joyce, but I don't think they have a right to. Now let me say what I heard, and get in the comments and tell me if I heard this wrong. But I heard Mama Joyce say, I'm going to put Riley as my beneficiary, and Kandi, you next, because I want to make sure Riley will get the money and give it to Ace and Blaze. Now, she wasn't talking about when Kandi dies, Kandi, you make Riley your beneficiary. Mama Joyce is talking about herself. When I die, I want Riley to be my beneficiary. Now, I'm sure in this conversation, Mama Joyce was twisting it to sound like she talking shit about Todd, and I'm sure she was taking digs at Todd throughout the conversation. But from what I heard Kandi say, she said Mama Joyce was talking about when she died, she want to make Riley the beneficiary. And at the end of the day, one, that's Mama Joyce's insurance policy. She can put on there whoever she wants to for whatever reason. Now, yes, she was poking the bear when she was talking about, I don't think Todd would give Riley any money. But why would Todd be your beneficiary in the first place? I would never expect him to be Mama Joyce's beneficiary. And I don't know where the dog is. And why not Kandi? Like, Mama Joyce was just talking shit. And I said, when Mama Joyce dies, she can do whatever she want to do with her money. If she want to give it all to Riley, she can. It just didn't make any sense. Now, Mama Joyce was on the bullshit when she was like, when you die, Kandi, make sure my house and my name, because I don't want to fool with Todd. I don't want Todd to snatch my house from me. One, I already thought Kandi would have bought a house for Mama Joyce and put it in Mama Joyce's name, or at least jointly in Mama Joyce's name and Kandi name for that purpose alone. And Todd kind of agreed, like, when you die, Kandi, please put in your will whatever you want Mama Joyce to have. Please hook her up, because I don't want to deal with the bullshit. And I feel like no matter what Kandi puts in her will, God forbid, we don't want Kandi to die, but if she did, Kandi could give Mama Joyce 50% and she still would not be happy. So please, let's quit talking about Mama Joyce. Let's quit making us hate Mama Joyce. She ain't never gonna like Todd. Mama Joyce always gonna care about Kandi's coins. Come up with a better storyline. Don't set your mama up to get read by people on the YouTube and on the radio and on the television who comment about this show, Kandi. Come up with a better storyline about, except for Mama Joyce not liking Todd, because you're just setting people up to talk shit about your mama. But I really feel like in this conversation, she was talking about herself, and she can give her money to whoever she want to give it to. So let's move on. Lastly, we're back with Cynthia, who I don't really give a fuck about anymore. And she's talking to Mike about all of his female friends, and that is strange for him to be a sportscaster and not have any male friends. I think out of that party, it was just one. I'm sure he probably does have more, and maybe they just want to go with this narrative to spice up Cynthia's story, but it ain't gonna work. Like, even before the bullshit at the beginning of the show, I've always said Cynthia is the first one that needs her paycheck cut, because she brings nothing. And I don't give a fuck about her marrying Mike. And I said, if you weren't too thirsty and you really got an opportunity to get to know this man, you might would have learned beforehand that he cheated on every woman he was with, including his 2 ex-wives. And now she's like, well, what makes me so special? How do I know he won't do it to me? And I'm like, Cynthia, you aren't special. Not saying that you aren't special, but I'm saying when it comes to a man and if he's going to cheat or not, it's not going to be, oh, he's with Cynthia Bailey now from Real Housewives of Atlanta. He's not going to cheat on me. No, bitches get cheated on every day. You see Portia, man cheating. Hell, Greg cheated. Motherfuckers cheat every day. It's up to Mike. If Mike has changed, then you have nothing to worry about. And he seems like he has changed. But the fucked up part about this party is Mike is at a dinner party with all adults. Sure enough, his probably 18, 19-year-old daughter is also there. She goes to UCLA. Is attendance at the dinner party. And he's talking all this shit about how he's this huge cheater, but he's never been in love before. He's never loved any of the women he's been with. And he's talking about all this shit he's done to them. And I'm like, the whole time, no one's looking at this little girl's face. The whole time, this little girl is looking like she's not here for it. She looks like she's stunned into being speechless and like, I can't believe my dad is talking this shit, because I'm sure one of the women was her mother about my mother in my presence around all these people. And it isn't until she gets to an emotional state that they realize, and she has to get up and excuse herself because she's starting now to cry. And Mike is like, Kayla, go to your... Is her name Kayla? That could be Candy's daughter's name. Whatever the little girl's name was, she's like, go to your room. We'll come check on you. And then the party ends. And now they feel bad for all the shit they was talking. But I said, at least at the end, they realized that they shouldn't have been saying what they were saying in front of the daughter. He shouldn't have been saying it anyway. Don't take, because your daughters are going to see this eventually anyway, Mike. You're new to the reality game. You can't talk shit about their mothers and not think that eventually they're going to see it, but you talking shit about their mothers in their face. I ain't give a damn about Cynthia. I mean, at least Mike learned. I mean, I'm sure I'll come back around on Cynthia. The beginning of the episode just really pissed me off so much. And I really saw sabotage, setup. I didn't like how Cynthia didn't tell Tanya that Kenya was coming, and so Tanya was there, but she gave her BFF the opportunity to set up the bullshit. I didn't like how Kenya talked to Tanya, all because she showed somebody a fucking wig. And people who stand for Kenya can't see why she is the most hated person. And I understand why they want her on the show. We need somebody on these shows to hate. We need that. But not to this level, Kenya. You had to use the C word. I ain't gonna go backwards. Let's end this there. Y'all getting these comments. Let me know what y'all thought about Kenya's bullshit this week. Get in the comments and let me know if you agree. Do you think Cynthia knew the cookie lady was coming, or do you at least blame Cynthia a little bit because she didn't even try to warn Tanya? She didn't even let Tanya bring Portia or somebody who could shut Kenya the fuck up. At least Nene Hugger. It would have escalated if Nene would have came. But I just didn't like what I saw. Fuck you, Kenya. And that's the end. Y'all come on, subscribe to the channel. Y'all know I'm going to do the Housewives. Y'all know I do a lot more than just the Housewives as well. So go ahead, subscribe to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Become a part of the Kiss My Cheeks TV family. And do the usual, like, comment, share. Y'all have a good day. I'm about to enjoy the rest of my day off. I'm done. All right, y'all. Bye.